Phoenician Scheme, Wes Anderson's Phoenician Scheme. If you like Wes Anderson, you will probably enjoy this film. It's about a wealthy businessman, Zaza Korda, who appoints his only daughter, a nun, as sole heir to his estate. As Korda embarks on a new enterprise, they soon become the target of scheming tycoons, foreign terrorists, and determined assassins. Poppin' or not, well, the pros are I hadn't enjoyed Wes Anderson's latest films as much as I used to, but this is the first one that I enjoyed since Grand Budapest Hotel. So it is poppin'. I enjoyed this quite a bit. Sure, I did like Wes Anderson's Netflix short films that are based on Roald Dahl's stories that you can watch on Netflix right now. They're very strange, but they're cool. They're offbeat, just like Wes Anderson films. But I really miss the Wes Anderson days of Fantastic Mr. Fox, Life Aquatic with Steve Suzu, and Darjeeling Limited. Those are like my favorite films of his. If you don't know, you probably know Grand Budapest Hotel and Royal Tenenbaums. But his last couple films I didn't love too much, and that were French Dispatch and Asteroid City. This is better than that. I'd say it's like in the middle of my favorites when it comes to his filmography. There's another film of his that involves strange and political deadpan dialogue that makes me a bit lost in the nitty gritty of the plot. But Benicio, the actress that plays the nun, and Michael Cera's acting make it all worthwhile. I didn't know Michael Cera was in the film, let alone him being like the third lead in the film. But he plays kind of sort of two characters, and it's very reminiscent of Youth and Revolt. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. It's one of my favorite Michael Cera movies. Very underrated. I love Wes Anderson's theme usage of estranged families reuniting together, and this one's no exception. There's one reason Darjeeling Limited and Life Aquatic are my favorites, and Tenenbaums was an Oscar winner. It's because he knows how to hit estranged family connections very well, even in a genre that is sort of unrealistic to reality. I give this one a medium popcorn with butter. If you haven't checked out Wes Anderson's films before, I don't recommend starting with this one. Check out his other stuff first so you can get acclimated to Wes Anderson works. The easiest one is probably Fantastic Mr. Fox. Then go into Royal Tenenbaums. Then check out my favorites, Darjeeling Limited and Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. But if you want to be the judge of yourself, you can check this out in theaters right now. Streaming right now is Taraji P. Henson in Tyler Perry's Straw, aka Last Straw, I'd say. It's about a single mother who navigates a series of unfortunate events leading her down an unforeseen path where she becomes embroiled in a situation she never envisioned, finding herself at the center of suspicion in an indifferent world. This has Taraji P. Henson and Teyona Taylor. Am I saying that right? I can't remember her last name. Poppin' or not. So I'm going to be frank with you guys. I started this morning. The only reason I didn't finish it later on is because I was prepping the rest of the show. I was going to have it on in the background, but it's really difficult to have this movie as a background movie. And at first, I ain't going to front. I kind of wanted to shut it off until something specific happened. Why would you want to shut this beautiful piece of cinema off, Tony? It's because, and I mean this as a compliment, even though I want to say it as an insult, but I can't insult Tyler Perry. He's an extremely successful filmmaker that has nothing but my respect, even if I don't vibe with most of his films. And you want to make films interesting, right? But this is one of the most melodramatic films I've ever watched, including Mea Culpa. And that one film with Megan Good, it's so ridiculous, the stuff that she goes through. Specifically, she like accidentally cuts off a cop. Maybe she doesn't even cut him off. Maybe she just goes a little slow. And he chases her down, spins her out, and like gets out of the car and goes, "Yeah, you didn't know I was a cop, did you?" And he takes out his gun and he's like, "I will find a legal reason to blow your fucking brains out." It's like, whoa, dude, relax. It's full of situations like this. Everyone she comes across in this hellish day is a complete non-human being, except for one friend at a grocery store and kind of sort of the bank manager played by Sherry Shepherd. And I was gonna be like, I'm gonna shut this movie up and I'm gonna wait until the bank happens, which is where it gets more John Q. She's in a bank because she's having one of the worst days of her life, and she's in the bank to really help out her kid. Also, there's a scene where her kid is taken away, and everything about that scene is so stupid. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say that. It was she shows up and she goes, "What?" And you hear, "Mommy!" And she's being taken at that moment. And I'm like, "What? That's interesting timing. I get it, it's a movie, but hear me out." And then they say, "Yeah, we're taking your daughter away." She says she's hungry all the time. But I have my check. I have my check. It's just, everything's cranked to 11. It is definitely a film that you may notice online will teach you to get direct deposit. Don't do paper checks, because the paper checks are really the reason she has the worst day of her life. If she had direct deposit, things would go a little easier for her. Her landlord's an asshole. Sinbad's in it. Really small role, but he's not an asshole. And Teyana Taylor isn't an asshole either. So I would say check it out specifically for Taraji. I mean, you can't go wrong with Taraji. And the film is entertaining. It's just so fucking melodramatic. It's ridiculous. But I didn't finish it yet, so I can't tell you if it's popping or not. She does snap, and we get a reminiscent feel of films like Changing Lanes, John Q, and Falling Down with Michael Douglas. That's like the original, like, I'm having a bad fucking day, so I will fuck up anyone that crosses my path type films. So check out those films before you check out this, or after, whatever you want. If you want to check out Tyler Perry's Straw, it's on Netflix right now. And I'll let you know if it like really turns around. The action that she does that involves money and a gun and her boss, I was very surprised. I wish more of you guys were Predator fans, because I don't know anyone that's seen Prey, which is crazy because Prey is such a great Predator film. But if you haven't seen Predator Killer of Killers, it's the animated film that is about a Viking raider, a ninja in feudal Japan, and a World War II pilot encounter a fierce intergalactic hunter. Now, the last film, Prey, was directed by Dan Trachtenberg. That film connected Predator 2, and Dan Trachtenberg is coming out with Badlands later on this year, which is another Predator film that is from the perspective of a predator instead of humans. If you're a Predator fan and you loved Prey, you need to watch this movie right now. Shut this off. Just watch me later. I loved this movie. It's fun overall. It's basically 3 separate stories, all combining in one with an excellent end credit scene. That's so mwah, mwah, mwah. I'm so excited for Badlands. I can't talk about it too much without giving anything away, but if you're a fan of Predator, check it out. It's fun. It's dope. The animation style, I'm not the hugest fan of because it's a bit choppy, but it's still badass enough for you to check out. And it's got some scary ass predators in it. Even Jared Fogle shows up. It's cray.